Hello students, welcome back to this agronomy session. So today we will discuss about cropping system. So what do you mean by cropping system? Cropping system is any like cropping pattern followed on a farm and their interaction with farm resources, other farm enterprises and available technology which determine their makeup. So this is the textbook definition. So what we understand by cropping system? Cropping system is the whatever cropping pattern we follow on a farm, whether that is sole cropping, whether that is monocropping, or whether that is multiple cropping, whether that is intercropping or double cropping, whatever. So in that pattern, with its interaction with other resources like water, air, farm other resources like on farm resources, on farm residues and other resources whatever available in the field, in the farm. So that is known as cropping system. So what is cropping pattern then? Cropping pattern is the yearly sequence and special arrangement of crops of a crop or a crop and fallow on a given area. What is cropping pattern? Cropping pattern is the yearly sequence and special arrangement of crops and fallow on a given area. So what are the different types of cropping pattern? One is sole cropping or monocropping, another is multiple cropping. So what is sole cropping? Sole cropping is one crop variety grown alone in pure stand at normal density. That is sole cropping. Then monocropping, monoculture, that is repetitive growing of same sole crop in the same land. That is monoculture. Then what is crop rotation? Repetitive cultivation of an ordered succession of crops or crops and fallow on the same land. Whether we are going for rice fallow, whether we are going for rice, that is crop rotation. Then multiple cropping. What is multiple cropping? Growing two or more crops in a same field in a year. So here the intensification is based on time and space dimension. What is sequential cropping? Growing two or more crops in sequence on same field per year. Okay, one crop planted after the harvesting of one crop. Okay, here no intercrop competition is there, and crop intensification is only in time dimension, right? What is double cropping? Double cropping means one crop grown after another crop in that particular year, okay, in the particular field. And triple cropping like that only, and quadruple cropping also like that. So four crops we have to manage in a year. So that is quadruple cropping. Then ratoon cropping. What is ratoon cropping? Cultivation of crops grown and regrowth after harvest. That is ratoon cropping, like most famous in sugarcane. Then intercropping, growing of two or more crops simultaneously on the same field. Intercrop competition exists. Intercrop competition exists in intercropping, and intensification is both in time and space dimension here. Okay. So there are several types of intercropping. One is mixed intercropping, another is row intercropping, another is strip intercropping, another is relay intercropping. When there is no certain row pattern is available, that is known as mixed intercropping. When there is a row pattern like in mustard wheat, we know that 9:1 mustard wheat mustard ratio, then that is row intercropping. One is strip intercropping, some strip lines of mustard, and another line of like some line of wheat, then that would be strip intercropping. Then relay intercropping, some part of the some phases of the crop growth that is intercropped, okay, not the total part, total crop duration. Okay, so that is relay intercropping. What is cropping index? In cropping index is number of crops grown on a given land per annum into 100. That is cropping index. Then what is income equivalent ratio? It is the conversion of LER. What is LER? Land equivalent ratio. Income equivalent ratio is the conversion of land equivalent ratio into economic term. So to know whether intercropping is beneficial or not, we have to calculate land equivalent ratio. That is the major identifying formula by which we can assess that whether the intercropping is beneficial or not. If LER value is greater than 1, then that is beneficial. So what do we mean by beneficial of intercropping? So when we are going to two crops in different field, and when we are going those two crops in same field in a condition like intercropping, then what happens? In some cases the intercropping is like negative. It is the total yield from different cropping. When we grow those two crops, then the yield is higher than intercropping, then that is the intercropping is not beneficial, and in that case the LER value will be less than 1. So if the LAR value is 1.2, suppose if the LAR value is 1.2, that means the intercropping gives 20% higher yield than if we go for sole cropping, right? So that is the interpretation from LAR. So ratio of the area needed under sole cropping to produce the same gross income as 1 hectare of intercropping at the same management level, that is income equivalent ratio. That is the monetary term of LAR. What is area time equivalent ratio? Ratio of number of hectare days required in monoculture to the number of hectare days used in intercropping to produce identical quantities of each of the component, that is area time equivalent ratio. What is the production objective of higher production or productivity? That is based on traditional and modern. Okay, in traditional system, what we do, we must increase the area of cultivation, we must increase the production per unit area, that is productivity. So this is the traditional approach. In modern approach, we have to increase the production per unit time, we have to increase the production of in unit space, that is modern concept of increasing production. So in case of increase in area under cultivation and increase in production per unit area, that is mixture of crop rotation. Okay, that is crop rotation principle valid in that case. In case of modern concept, 3 pillars are there, like we have to select proper genotype, we have to select crop geometry and planting. Okay, we have to do scientific management in case of modern objective. Then what is a multiple crop land? If what are the assessment of multiple crop land? So largely depends on duration of water availability. Multiple cropping means largely we have to have enough moisture availability, and we have to have the irrigation facility also. So in case of lowland and irrigated upland, if rainfall is more than 200 mm per month for 9 to 10 months, then we can go for rice upland rice cropping system. Okay, if it is the rainfall is more than 200 mm for 6 to 8 months, then we can go for upland crop. Okay, if it is more than rainfall is more than 200 mm per month and that is confined to 4 to 5 months only, then one rice crop we can take. Then major oilseed crops grown in rain-fed area except mustard and groundnut. Mustard and groundnut we have to have assured irrigation. Other oilseed crops can be grown easily. Then rain-fed upland crop. If the land is rain-fed upland type, then intercropping is possible if rainfall is between 600 to 800 mm, like sorghum plus pigeon pea. Mostly additive series of intercropping is done, recommended. If the rainfall is greater than 800 mm in rain-fed upland condition and more than 200 mm per meter depth of storage water is there, then we can go for double cropping. Then what is contingent crop planning? In contingent crop planning, if there is certain adverse effect of rainfall is there, if we have not enough like moisture deficit, in early moisture deficit or late season moisture deficit, or in that case we have to go for contingent crop planning. We have to plan our crop, what type of crop is suitable there, what type of variety is suitable there, and if it is happening, the moisture stress is happening in between the crop season, then what possible events we can do to protect that crop, right? That is contingent crop planning. Crop combination generally depends on climate, local preference and site specific factors. Crop combination minimizes the risk of total crop failure or subsistence. It gives some kind of subsistence, or it maximizes productivity as a bonus. Okay, planting crops at the earliest opportunity time is very much essential if we are going for cropping system research. Planting a crop at the earliest opportunity time is very much essential. In intercropping system, where temporal difference is wide, one can opt for additive series, like 100% population of both crops. Okay, there is in intercropping system there are two systems. One is additive series, another is replacement series. Generally additive series are practiced in India, and replacement series they are practiced in Western countries. Okay, so what is nutrient supplementation index? That is the percentage of usual uptake for a given nutrient by sole crop A which should be added to the intercrop to meet the combined requirement of crop A and B. Percentage of usual uptake for a given nutrient by sole crop A which should be added to the intercrop to meet the combined requirement of crop A and B. So what is nutrient supplementation index for A? That is 100 into Na, that is nutrient uptake by A in mixture for same land area as sole crop A. Then plus NB, that is nutrient uptake by crop B in mixture for same land area as no sole crop B, divided by Na, that is nutrient uptake by sole crop A for same land area, and minus 1. So what is nutrient supplementation? Suppose we are going for intercropping of wheat and mustard. So what is the nutrient supplementation index for wheat? That is 100 into nutrient uptake by wheat in the intercrop area, plus nutrient uptake by mustard in that intercrop area, divided by nutrient uptake of wheat in that area as sole crop when we go for sole cropping, minus 1. That is the nutrient supplementation index. So additive intercrop can control weeds more effectively than replacement series. So what happens in additive intercropping? There is a population of plants is higher, right, than replacement intercropping. So it has some smoothing effect on weeds. Wilt in pigeon pea, that is caused by Fusarium udum, can be reduced by intercropping with sorghum. If we go for pigeon pea sorghum intercropping, then wilt in pigeon pea can be reduced. Intercropping groundnut with sorghum or pearl millet reduces incidence of groundnut rust and borer necrosis. So there are different advantages and disadvantages of intercropping. So these are certain advantages, like we can reduce the disease and pest infestation. We can reduce them by going for intercropping. Rattoning sorghum for fodder and grain is more popular than other cereals, right? Then intercropping, mainly intercropping is practiced in rain-fed area, and sequential system mainly practiced in irrigated area, because in irrigated area we have enough moisture availability. Nitrogen and phosphorus should apply to cereal. They are very much their response to nitrogen and phosphorus application. Phosphorus to short season legumes, potassium to cereals and tuber crop, zinc to rainy season cereals, and sulfur to oilseed crop. They are very sensitive, not sensitive, they are very likely to likely uptake, and the definition of these nutrient deficiency of these nutrients can affect the crops very more. So nitrogen and phosphorus should be applied to cereals, phosphorus to short season legumes, potassium to cereals and tuber crops, zinc is recommended to rainy season cereals, and sulfur is for oilseed crops. Then evaluation of cropping system, we have like simple indices like financial return, then crop equivalent yield. Okay, these are certain evaluation of cropping system. When we are going for cropping system research, we have to convert those component crops into a single crop yield. Then only we can interpret that cropping system. So and other indices like biological indices of advantages or dominance are also considered, like relative crowding coefficient, then relative yield total, land equivalent ratio. All these things can be taken for evaluation of cropping system. So what is LER? As I mentioned, MA means that is sole crop yield of A, not sole crop but intercrop A divided by sole crop A plus intercrop B divided by sole crop B. If LER greater than 1, then biological advantages in intercropping is there. So what are the other, like relative crowding coefficient is equal to LA by 1 minus LA into LB by 1 minus LB. Then what is aggressivity? Aggressivity is defined by McGilchrist, and another is competition index. Aggressivity studies generally the competition. Okay, if there are parallel cropping and there is no competition, then aggressivity is 0. Then competition index, that is the number of plants of A is equally competitive to how many plants, like one plant of B. How many number of plants of A equally competitive to one plant of B? That is we can assess through competition index. Competition index less than 1 means that is more competitive ability than other. Then if competition index is less than 1, then we can recommend that advantages of mixing is there, that is index of dominance is there. Then area time equivalent ratio here, land area and duration of crop is also considered. Then staple land equivalent ratio is also there. Then farming system. What is farming system? Cropping system means we are arranging different crops in over time and space. In farming system, we are considering cropping system along with animal husbandry, fisheries, forestry for optimum utilization of resources, bringing prosperity to the farmer. So there are different types of farming system like lowland farming system, upland irrigated farming system, rain-fed farming system. All these are different kinds of farming system are there. So what is integrated farming system? Biologically integrated farming system which integrates natural resources regulations mechanism into farming activities to achieve maximum replacement of off-farm inputs, sources, sustainable production of high quality food and other produce through ecological preferred technologies sustained from income reduces sources of present environmental pollution generation. So all this definition is meaningless if we are not getting the point. So what is he saying? That integrated farming system means we are integrating different components, different enterprises. Along with cropping system, we are integrating also the cattle, the mushroom, the like fisheries, etc. to recycle the residues, on farm residues, and to eliminate or to reduce the off farm use of resources. Okay, and simultaneously we are like providing environmental security. Okay, so this is the objective. Main objectives of integrated farming system are efficient recycling of farm and animal waste, minimize nutrient loss, maximize nutrient use efficiency, efficient cropping system and crop rotation, complementary combination of farm enterprises. What is farming system research concept? That is any research that views the farm in a holistic manner and consider interactions in the system. That is the main concept of farming system research. Farming system research for different agroclimatic zones of India. There are different agroclimatic zones and farming systems in India, like high and cold desert area are there zones, then arid and desert region, western and central Himalaya, eastern Himalaya, IGP, Indo-Gangetic plains, then central and southern highland, western Ghat, delta and coastal plain. For all these agroclimatic zones, there are certain farming system research approach is there. So we have to follow that research approach to achieve higher yield and to simultaneously to sustainably get that yield without hampering the environment and without use of more off-farm resources. Right, this is the concept of farming system research. So this is all about cropping system and farming system. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Till then, bye bye.